crime.
Yeah.
Why not a comedian?
It's like saying
Let's have Robin Williams run for president
like the
of the
governor
United States.
of Arkansas is not going to be a sex pervert. Right. Okay. Sure. I don't think so. All right. Look at this. We are live in Second Life. Somebody, hello. And for those of you out there in Geo World, right, Geo, you're out there shooting this and filming it out to everybody in the world. That's great. For those of you out there, you should be in here or stay out long enough to see Tamara Hayden sing or listen to her. Yeah.
Tamara's here. Yay.
Yeah, she's going to be on tonight. We got a lot going on tonight. Want you to know, this was brought up. I don't know who brought this up earlier. Oh, yes, I think it was Dr. Fran, but it could have been somebody else. No, it wasn't. It was White Queen. So we finally took a look at 10 weird and gross ingredients in processed foods. We want to get you all to know what you're eating when you're at home, okay? Vegans and all. All right, Subway sandwich rolls. The chemical fertilizer makes it into the product there. You can find ammonium sulfate. Yep, including the bread at Subways, yes.
Yummy.
Yep. By the way, for those of you who like raspberry candies and sweets, that's basically made from euphemized and castrated beavers. Yeah, that's what it is. It enhanced the flavor. Oh, we have a problem already with somebody with voice. Got this down.
Miss Roxy.
Miss Roxy, can you turn that, Roxy?
Or
Thank
Lise,
you.
Lise Lou.
I don't know. It could be Lisa. Somebody want to keep
there
an
is
eye
some
on
green
that?
stuff coming from Miss Roxy.
No, I think it's coming from Lisa. We can see.
All right.
Somebody turn it down and see. If it is, we'll have to send her out of here. Yeah, we got that fixed? Okay, we'll go on with other great ingredients in your food. All Hostess products for a short period of time when they weren't being made, you at least were not getting one of their favorite ingredients, beef fat. Comes in Twinkies, comes in all their they put plenty of beef fat straight in there. That white stuff right in the center of a Twinkie is pure beef fat.
Yummy.
Okay. Yeah, isn't that good?
Oh, it's 50% sugar.
Yeah. For those of you that enjoy Jell-O, crushed bugs are used for the food coloring. Okay, that's
No, I love Jell-O.
Well, the red Jell-O happens to come from crushed bugs. Okay.
Oh, I only
Crushed
eat green Jell-O.
Yeah. You like Skittles? Anybody like Skittles? Skittles? You know that shiny
Skittles.
coating on Skittles? That's Beetlejuice.
Lauren's telling the truth.
I want
Yeah.
you to know that's the
Jell-O,
glaze
purple
comes,
juice.
but the glaze comes specifically from the secretions of the female lac beetles. So the guys will all be happy to be eating that. All right, there you go.
Well, it's the same thing also with
Is that the
the.
bugs from Starbucks? That the same
Yes. Yeah.
beetle? Yeah.
And by the way, bubble gum. How many chew bubble gum? Just so you know. Yep.
Occasionally.
That's sheep
Chew gum.
secretions help make it chew about it better. You know, so just enjoy that. They don't say
right.
what kind of excretions. You have to figure that out yourself. I mean, it's just
Yum.
secretions.
Yeah.
Yay.
And
Yep.
horse meat.
Yep. Duck feathers are used in baking bread. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Duck
Wow.
feathers?
Yeah.
Duck
feathers. And so you know, Wendy's chili, they've thrown sand in it just to give it a little bit of an extra sort of taste.
No.
Yes,
That's not
sand
true.
yes, you have to look. It's silicon dioxide. Take a look. That's sand. It's an anti-caking agent. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, don't you like all those, right? Gives you a whole different feeling for what's coming out of the bag there than when you buy it, right? 10 foods that you can't believe. Yeah. How many people saw the Oscars? Anybody see the Oscars?
Here. Yay.
Yeah. All right. How many of you out there saw Meryl Streep with a wedgie
Yep.
coming on stage? Yeah.
Yep.
That was quite something. I'll tell you. And there was controversy over Michelle Obama, you know. They said it was more like a royal affair. Or
Yeah,
something.
jumping
I
the
saw
shark
that.
is what they said.
Yeah, is that what they said? Jumping the that's
Yeah,
what
they
said,
jumped
yeah.
the Oscars jumped the shark. Yep.
What did you think? What did you think, Haley?
I thought it was
I
pretty
didn't
good.
watch it.
I know. That's why I'm asking you what you thought. You have no. I mean, you have the true opinion. It's the one unbiased opinion we can get. What do you think?
I'm done watching it.
I've got to tell you why she's finished watching this, okay? And she doesn't even know this, but I found that out last night when I watched it. You see, Haley has bought every green dress in First Life. There wasn't a single green dress at the Oscars. Anybody look out and see that? Not one. No one. Not anywhere. There was not anything. There was no green anywhere to be held anywhere. Zitch. She got it all. She sucked it all out of Hollywood. That gets all gone. If you Google Earth and you want to find out where Haley lives, just Google down to Los Angeles and look for this green glow.
Busted.
Hey, Bree. Yeah, busted. Hey, Orchid. How are you, sweetie? Good to see
Hello.
you here. Did you get your hair done today?
Mm-hmm. Just got in.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows what they use to make your hair look like that, right?
I don't
Could've used
care.
anything there.
I don't care.
Beetlejuice.
It works.
How about the comment about George Clooney having, that so-and-so who was like 9 was now his age?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Seth
She's
MacFarlane's
9.
with
16
it.
years from now, she'll be too old for him. That's what he said.
I think this, like Seth MacFarlane said, it's a one-trick pony. He'll never be back. He won't do it again.
He won't. I think he was great.
Yeah,
I think it was
did.
fabulous.
Okay.
Until he burned half of Hollywood, the Jewish people.
That
Oh
was
my
fine.
God.
I thought it was great. Too bad they deserved it. They can earn it. I thought it was really great because Catherine Bigelow, she had 0 Dark 30 surrounding the place. You notice you haven't heard out of any of these people after last night.
No.
They're all gone.
And Olive Argo shaved their Lincoln beards. You knew about that, right? They all had Lincoln beards. And they all
No.
shaved their beards. They shaved their beards.
Is that why everybody had a beard on last night?
You didn't, yeah, that's why Clooney. Didn't you notice the shape of his too?
No.
We did a tweet about. I just did a tweet
I
about
didn't realize
this.
that we were
Yeah, I didn't
wondering
either.
about
That's
that.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess the girls all had their boobs pushing out for Breasts of the Southern Wild, huh?
Is that the new porn movie?
Probably. God almighty. Yeah, Jesus. No. Yeah,
It
sure
was
was. Right?
provocative. I think next year, like he said, I think they're getting Tina Fey and right. I'll bet you they end
Right.
up doing it. Yeah.
We have to put a list together because now there are so many different, like Amazon, Hulu, all this. Dr. Fran was thinking, all these places where you can watch stuff for free, and the new one starts every day. There's going to be Google, this, that. We have to figure out what is it that you watch for free. And boy, can you imagine TV Guide trying to keep up with the times? At 7 o'clock, there'll be 8,743 free shows that you can tune in. Let us give you a description of each one. Whoever thought that schizophrenia and entertainment would finally happen, right?
Emerging.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
exactly.
Orchid, is your dress out of orchids?
Oh, is it a dress
Yep.
out of orchids?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very
Oh
cool.
yeah, look at that. I'm trying to figure out what happened to Magic though. Look at Magic.
What's wrong with her?
Magic's not wearing a dress. Magic's got blue jeans on.
Oh
this
no,
week.
but yeah. All right, now her hair didn't really.
Yeah. For those of you watching this on live stream, it's time to take another pill.
The red one or the blue one?
You gotta wonder, right? Yeah. So we were starting to think the other night. Haley comes up with these great ideas. Okay, this was if you could limit draw distance in First Life. What were some of the things you'd do if you could limit draw distance? Okay, and one of them we came up with was that we could just have no traffic in front of us, right? Even though we might hit it, right?
I want to
Yeah.
peek into
Some of
people's
us do
houses.
that by just taking our glasses off.
You could just, drop down your vision so you didn't see the fat guy in the Speedo at the beach.
Do you render that?
Now
Yeah.
it's
What
crowded.
else could you do? Anybody else have something you think you could do if you could limit draw distance? Yeah. Guys, you could say that it really is 6 inches. No.
You just can't see the end of it, right? That's all.
I could really.
Makes it so you don't notice a lot of stuff. One way to last a long time in a relationship. Can't see
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
There you go.
Oh, you think the place is a mess? Why don't you just limit your draw distance?
That's right.
Like I said, take your glasses off.
Kids bothering you? Limit the draw distance. And turn off ambient sound.
Yeah, just mute him.
Yeah, that's great. You can see for miles and miles. Right. It's the song, right, Bree? Is the roof missing? Yeah.
Is the roof missing, or is it my?
I'll tell you one
No,
thing.
it's not.
Mesh is
You've
ruined
limited your draw
camming for the
distance.
boys, you know? Because if they cam us girls when we're wearing mesh, it's really not that exciting anymore. It looks like nobody's cammed anybody in mesh so far. Am I correct? Am I the only one who knows what's going on with that? Hello?
I'm listening.
Yay, Bree.
We're still here.
Oh. So here's
All
her
right,
diary.
Bree. You should join my group. I hate mesh.
Dear diary, tonight I thought my husband was acting weird. We had made plans to meet at a bar and have a drink. I was shopping with my friends all day long, so I thought he was upset at the fact that I had been a bit late, but he made no comment on it. Conversation wasn't flowing, so I suggested we go somewhere quiet so we could talk. He agreed, but again he didn't say much. I asked him what's wrong, and he said nothing. I asked him if it was my fault that he was upset. He said he wasn't upset, that it had nothing to do with me and not to worry about it. On the way home, I told him I loved him. He smiled slightly and kept driving. I can't explain his behavior. I don't know why he didn't say, I love you too. When we got home, I felt as if I had lost him completely, as if he wanted nothing to do with me anymore. He just sat there quietly and watched TV. He continued to seem distant and absent. Finally, with silence all around us, I decided to go to bed. About 15 minutes later, he came to bed, and to my surprise, he responded to my caress, and we made love. But I still felt that he was distracted, and his thoughts were somewhere else. He fell asleep. I cried. I don't know what to do. I'm almost sure that his thoughts are with someone else. My life is a disaster. His diary. My boat wouldn't start today, but at least I got laid. It's so bad. Oh, yeah. Okay. Leilu. Is that Leilu is here? Leilu. Guess who I saw who was on tonight? James. He said to say hello to you in case you didn't know that. He might be around. You should see if he's around. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. James goes way, way back in time with all of us. Oh, God. Haley has sent everybody an acre. If you're not a member of her empire, you're not getting an acre. And if you are a member of her empire, you have to say, oh, thank you, Queen. Thank you so very much. Oh, wow. Wow. That was just freaking great. I appreciate it.
I have acres, just no
Okay.
people for them to live on, that's all.
The Susan Lucci of Tiny.
You know, you could get lucky. You could find oil.
Always a bridesmaid.
Yeah, always a. Hey, by the way, now we're ready. We've got some people to do some comedy, okay? And you know who hasn't gone first in a long, long time? Doc
Who?
Run. So let's get you right up here, Doc.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Step off that chair there. Okay. All right. I got a couple things tonight. I can answer that call first. Hello, who is this? No, I'm sorry. This is Second Life. Okay. I got a couple different things. I'm going in different directions. My brain's been kind of whacked out this week. First of all, everybody knows, and I talk about it a lot, I'm a gadgets guy, okay? I love anything that's new that's a gadget because I got to have the first one, even if I pay more for it. And one of the things that I really love is the cell phone. I had the first brick phone. I had the first phone that looked like a Star Trek communicator that popped open. I was so fucking cool, you couldn't believe it, okay? But, you know, these days you can download specific ringtones for different types of notices, right? And everybody's got fancy ringtones, and the people that you work with get to know your ringtones. Like we got a guy that work he's a football nut, so he has the Notre Dame Fighting Irish theme song as his ringtone. Anywhere in the store it goes off, you know that's him, Okay, and some of the race car buffs have NASCAR theme songs and cars going past. So it's all about identifying yourself, right? Well, one thing that doesn't work for me is when I'm in the bathroom. Okay, bathrooms are kind of like private time. You don't want anybody to know you actually have to take a crap. It's just one of those things nobody talks about, right? Now, where I work, it's an older building, so we got 2 bathrooms side by side. And it's not the most private setting, so you can hear what the other person is doing. You just don't know who it is. In this case, there's a benefit to being anonymous. If you don't know who's in the other bathroom, you can make all the noise you want. You're just an unknown person with a bad case of the runs. No one knows anymore. But the bad part is I can sit in my office for 4 hours, and the phone never makes a sound. I get in the bathroom, close the door, and every damn person in my contact list has to suddenly send me a text, an email, or an IM message. So my phone's suddenly going off, droid, and everybody now announces that Doc is in the bathroom. Of course, my dear wife picks this exact moment to call. Now, like most everybody else, I've got a special ringtone for her, which is humorous most of the time, except when I'm sitting in the bathroom and the phone comes on with...
Bravo.
And of course, now, the guy on the other side of the bathroom is laughing like a fool because he knows it's me. Problem is, I don't know it's him, right? So any of the normal functions of taking a movement, you can't enjoy now because everybody knows it's you. It's one thing to have somebody say, boy, somebody really busted it up in there. It's something else to have them look at you every time you walk past and know that it was you that was doing it. I don't like my cell phone. Now, I got a couple things in the news that are very interesting as a result of our elections, okay? Thanks to a decades-old law targeting drug runners, entrepreneurs of the fledgling medical marijuana industry face a unique burden, an effective federal income tax rate that can soar as high as 75%. The hefty levy is a result of a 1982 provision of the tax code that stemmed, listen to this, from a successful attempt by a convicted drug trafficker to claim his yacht, weapons, and bribes as business expenses. And he won, okay? Now, enacted in the wake of that PR debacle, the rules bar those selling illegal substances from deducting related expenses on their federal income taxes. It may have been effective against cocaine dealers and smugglers of other hard drugs, but now the law now means purveyors of medical marijuana in the 18 states that have legalized the drug can't take typical things like rent or payroll as a business expense, right? Now, they interviewed some people, and one of them said, I'd personally love to give my employees a raise, said Kaivan Kalabarti. Didn't take the fucking 7-Eleven owners long enough to get into this one, did it? Owner of Denver Relief, a medical marijuana center in its namesake city. But because of the industry you were in, that's not always possible. Would you like your Maui Wowie hot pack or stuff, please? Now, an emerging industry that can provide hundreds of thousands of jobs is being held back by these crazy tax rates, said Betty Aldworth, Deputy Director of the National Cannabis Industry Association. We're just like any other small business that just happens to be illegal in some states. It's reported that medical marijuana dealers, in despair over the high tax burden placed on them, are smoking up their inventory. Quote, this problem is making me physically ill, so I'm not waiting for the prescription. I'm self-medicating, one unnamed medical marijuana dealer was saying. Now, in a related story, a pot lover's dream, Washington State is looking for a marijuana consultant to help craft its now legal industry. But are you qualified? The job requirements are uniquely challenging. At least 5 years, quote, working experience, doing basically everything that would have landed you in federal prison before that, okay? Washington legalized marijuana for recreational use during the November election, and the state's Liquor Control Board detailed the new government contract. In its request for a proposal, Washington said it wants expertise on how marijuana is, quote, grown, cultivated, harvested, cured, processed, along with experience with cannabis testing and establishing quality standards. Who wants to put their hand up for this job? Okay, you got 3 ratings now. GS for good shit, RGS for really good shit, and FRGS for fucking really good shit. Okay, the best candidate also needs to figure out how to properly regulate the business and forecast how much marijuana each region of the state is going to demand. Ideally, we would like one person who has all these characteristics. Now, he also said a criminal record would not be an immediate disqualifier. Oh, that's good to know, okay? Now, there have been a lot of really famous people that have been applying for this job. Apparently, it's got some perks. Some of the names that are known to be putting their hat in the ring are Tommy Chong, Jimmy Buffett, and anyone who's ever been within 500 yards of Jerry Garcia. Okay, this verifies the old saying that crooks make the best cops. Now, everybody remembers last week I was showing off my new app Seriously on my not stolen iPad. Okay. Well, I'm afraid as a result of that show, I'm in a bit of trouble. Okay. Yeah, you see, my Droid cell phone found out I'm screwing around with another smart app, and now the phone won't do anything. Okay, it's started off with simple stuff like dialing Alaska 3 times an hour. Now I have a protection from abuse order sworn out by some girl named Muckluck. Okay, then my Weather Channel app warned me of an impending snowstorm and huge power losses across our area. So I spent $400 on food, another $1,000 on a generator, and it's fucking 50 degrees and sunny out. Okay, that hurt. Okay. The final straw was when my GPS app took me to the sewage treatment plant on the bad end of town instead of the credit union office. I got the shit beat out of me and still didn't get the loan for the generator. So when I finally confronted it, the Droid called me a 2-timing bitch and locked up, and I can't unlock it now. It won't give me the password. So I'm kind of up technology creek without an app, so to speak. So not only am I looking for a new iPad, I'm looking for a new not-so-smart phone. Now, the one thing that we talked about early on here is the Oscars, okay? They've come and gone. There were some surprises, and there were some not surprises, okay? I wanted everybody to know, you probably didn't know this, Second Life has its own version of the Oscars, okay? It's called the Oscar Lindens, okay? It's a very, very prestigious event. Everyone at Second Life was sent an invitation, so all 5 of us should be there. And I'm looking forward to a hell of a good time, okay? Now, they're holding the event this year in the Linden Lab Employee Conference Room, so there should be just enough room for everybody to fit, okay? We were going to have a red carpet event, but somebody made the carpet phantom and everybody kept falling through into the water, so that didn't work out too well. Okay, now, some of the categories that of Oscar Linden trophies that are up for this year, and I have a list here. Best impersonation of a beautiful woman by a bald-headed fat man. Okay. Best impersonation of a beautiful woman by a bald-headed fat woman. Okay. Then we have Best Actor in a Dramatic Role-Play Love Scene. That's a prestigious one. Then we have Best Actress in a Role-Play Love Scene, not using cut and paste sex emotes. Okay, that's a good one. Biggest chat lag resulting in a slave being whipped for not saying "Greetings, Master" fast enough. People are up for that one. Most realistic breast physics without causing motion sickness. That's a tough one. Okay. Most cleavage on a non-mature sim without being ejected. Okay. Here's one for the people in Zindra. Fastest one-handed typing. Think about it. Okay. Then we have some technical categories. Most reboots needed by a Class 5 sim. And most times ejected from a sim before being banned for life. Now, my favorite, and I'm kind of proud to say, a category that I'm personally nominated for, most comedy performances in a virtual club without being paid. Really looking forward to winning the trophy on that one. Okay. The trophies are delivered directly to your receive file, but they're mesh. So, Haley, I'm sorry, we can't show them to you, honey. Okay. I'd show everybody else, but the fucking thing won't res. And that is the extent of my Oscar show tonight. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Hey.
Whoa, bravo. That was great. Fantastic. Hope everybody's having a good time here. Yep. Thanks for love our family every Tuesday. And don't forget, that's really amazing because she's something amazing. Well, so we do have cameras tonight, right, Jay Wheels? Right? You didn't just make that shit up like you've done on other weeks, you know. Yeah, I want you to know, Doc Run, we started out with 9 viewers, and we were down to 5 by the time you finished, and now we're
That's
back to
great.
7. So
That's great. Oh, I've shut up, so it'll come back up now.
no, we don't
I
even know
hope
who
to
the
get it
viewers
down
are.
to 0.
Gio said what's interesting is that a lot of these people who are in here watching this aren't in Second Life or don't have an account with live stream, so they can't type anything in. So you have to wonder who they are, you know. They're probably Supreme Court justices deliberating on something important.
Police.
Oh, look, it's
I mean,
35
look.
Linden Tuesday.
If Dr. Fran can take care of patients and play Second Life, why can't a Supreme Court justice do the same thing? Yeah. I had a friend in Second Life. He once said to me, and I guess it's an old joke, but I only heard it from him originally. He said he had a psychic girlfriend, but she left him before they met. Yeah. Some of the great old lines that are out there, too, are things like, drugs may lead nowhere, but at least it's the scenic route. A clear conscience is usually a sign of a bad memory. Yeah. Your boy. Yeah, Second Life, you've been in here too long, I guess. If your boyfriend is having an orgasm and calls you by your first life name and then you slap him, right? How many of you, you've been in here long enough that somebody's talking to you in First Life and you really look above their head to see if you can see what their name is because you can't remember their name? Ever try to click a picture? You know, like you're driving through Wendy's, you try to click on the meal. I'll tell you, this happens to me. If I go into the mall and it's crowded, I think of lag. I really do. I can't help it. You know? Yeah. So, anyhow, have you seen the hottest new Catholic porn film? It's 10 minutes of
God.
sex and 50 minutes of guilt. Yeah. What about the Chinese, huh? Like, are we surprised they're hacking in? I mean, I thought they couldn't do anything. How can they hack in if they can't fucking make anything on their own? I mean, you gotta ask what's going on. Yeah. And I know we're not hacking anybody, right? We wouldn't be doing that. Correct?
No.
That's bad.
No.
that would be bad.
Right. By the way, what about you guys in here for? Any of you know? I mean, you all checked into Second Life. You know this is digital medicine. You all know that, right? Yeah. Many people in here are for depression, schizophrenia, psychosis. There's a whole group that's in gender confusion, that's for sure. And plenty with erectile dysfunction, right? Yeah. Your date of admission is your date of when you came in. Yeah. And you know what? You can look at anybody's profile and you can tell what they're in here for. You know, should I pick somebody out of the audience and just click on them and see what they say? Will anybody be upset if I do that and just look at your profile? And I can tell right away. Yeah, let's see. No, I'm not going to put that one. That's terrible. That person's really sick. Okay, let's see.
Oh God, who was that?
All right. Okay. Let's see. If you're wondering where the next serial killer is, they're in the room. Oh, God. Oh, this is great. This is fantastic. Oh, we have somebody who wants to be a comedian starting next week. They're going to try it out and come in. Right. Oh, by the way, Dr. Grun, I just got this from Tiny Empires. The census is complete, tax credits are paid, and I received $23,840 worth of gold and an extra 120,000 citizens that you're not getting. So,
What else is new?
yeah, right. Yeah, I'll tell you. SL is the only place where you can feel like you walked a mile, but you find out you haven't even taken your first step. Right? That's lag. Right. Yeah. All right. This isn't that very good tonight. Too bad. Who gives a shit? You know. We've only got 7 viewers out in First Life watching anyhow. I mean, I think the shopping network gets more than that.
Maybe we should sell knives.
Yeah. The main point of having a boyfriend is so that one day he can graduate to the exalted status of a former boyfriend, right? This is an old joke from way back. 54-year-old mathematician left his wife leaving a note saying, "When you get this message, I'll be at the Grand Hotel with my 18-year-old secretary." The wife sent a fax to his room in the hotel with the following message: "When you get this, your 54-year-old wife will be at home with an 18-year-old boy toy. Being a mathematician, you know that 18 will go into 54 a whole lot more than 54 will go into 18. All right. Yeah. All right. We got more comedians and stuff like that. Don't anybody leave. We're looking for them right now. You know what I've got to figure out is, I've got a girlfriend now in First Life. I've had her for a while, but I'm not sure. I'm going to ask you guys if you think I should tell her that she's a lesbo.
Break it to her gently.
Should I let her know? You just think this First Life avatar's a guy, right? Yeah, that'd be a short relationship. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, some of the names in Second Life are unbelievable. There's somebody called a She-Male Burger. Can you believe that somebody named themselves that? It's unbelievable. I love some of the names in Second Life. Yep. So let's see. What's next? Who's up next? I think we've got Catboy. Catboy, you ready to come up here and do a little bit of a show?
All right.
And don't forget, everybody, half hour, we've got, oh, my God, I love it. Oh, the Cardinal.
The Cardinal's back.
Let's get Cardinal. Bravo.
Hey. Anyway, just a small announcement before I get started, and that is I'm going to be trying out comedy in First Life. I'm booked to perform this Thursday at the Time to Laugh Comedy Festival in Kingston, Ontario. None of you probably live anywhere near there, but just wish me some good luck, please. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this in real life. Also, another thing before we get started, Lauren, you were talking about the hackers. I just heard this hilarious thing that they announced. The CIA said that they know the Chinese hackers are professional. And, well, how the heck do they know that? And apparently they never try to hack in on weekends. Never. That's true. That is a true story. If you look that up.
Is that true? Wow.
Yeah. Also, another food scandal just happened this week. Did you hear? IKEA meatballs are the latest to find out. That got horse meat in. Of course, your surprise is the same as mine. IKEA makes food.
Well, I thought they were made out of sawdust for making beds, but now there's that anymore.
Well, it turns out there's no health risk because nobody could figure out how to cook it. And the Academy Awards, did anyone see what the hell was going on with Melissa McCarthy and Bradley Cooper at the Academy Awards? When they were introducing animated, they were the two. Well, the Melissa McCarthy was recently called a human tractor, and Bradley Cooper was the guy that won an award for Spotless Mind or something. But they were really totally out of it. They were totally. I think Melissa must have said, "Hey, Brad, you want to trip balls and totally go off script before we go out there?" And it wasn't just any category. Not just any category. It was animated film and best animated short. So this is the category where the children are watching, right? And the kids are just looking at them, going totally out there. And it's like the kids are going, "Mom, I don't think that's NyQuil." Okay, so we're going to move on to the Cardinal. Cardinal, we've got some more bad news for the Cardinal. Now, before I get started, though, I just realized this is the very first time I've intentionally worn men's clothes in front of you, and it's still a dress. Yeah. But let's ask the Cardinal some more bad news. Cardinal, what about the rumored cross-dressing sex scandal that happened that caused the Pope to resign? Is what we've heard. Yes, I understand that I want to nip this one in the bud. That was the new guy, and he does not understand we're actually supposed to look like this. Are you sure that's all? Well, it didn't help when the Pope sent out the message he was resigning. Several cardinals sent back an email saying they would like to help him pack his shit. I understand you got some more bad news this week. Oh yes. We got some very bad news. Jesus Christ had to phone the Vatican, and he announced that he has returned to the earth. Wow, that sounds pretty serious. You don't know how serious it is, mister. The phone call was coming from Salt Lake City. Now, this is the Pope's last week. Is there anything he wanted to do before he left his position? I heard
An altar boy.
that... let's put the lid on that one there.
Very bad.
Let's put the lid on that one. Well, I heard recently that the Pope was in the Pope Mobile, and he told the chauffeur that he wanted to try driving just for once, so they traded seats. And the Pope, he drove the Pope Mobile around Rome for a little bit. How did it go? It was a disaster. He scared the hell out of the mayor. Well, how so? Well, the mayor saw him driving around. He said, I don't know who that guy in the back is, but the Pope is his chauffeur, so we better start worshiping this guy, whoever the hell he is. Okay, now I'm going to try a little change up right now. That's all I have from the Cardinal, and I'm going to try doing an interview with former Canadian Prime Minister Jean Chrétien. And I'm going to do a little... replace current outfit change here. See if this works.
We've all seen what that can do to you. Malfunction.
A little bit on screen change.
Hey.
It's like, well,
Yeah,
since
right
I
now-
decided to wear men's clothes for the first time in front of you.
You look like something they're looking for with a stun gun.
Holy shit! I got to get a picture of this one.
Yeah, I mean, what is that? Oh.
It's going to... Oh, it's almost working.
Looks fine to me.
All right,
Well,
so let's get started.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to interview former Prime Minister Jean Chrétien, everybody. Jean Chrétien. So, Chrétien, I would like to introduce you to all the people here in Second Life. Bonjour, Madam Speaker. I would like to address the honorable members of the House. Wait a minute. Mr. Prime Minister, this is not the House of Commons. Oh, thank God. For a moment there, I thought that maybe the pot party had won all the seats of Parliament. And I was getting a contact high. Oh, what is this? What are you people doing? What am I doing here? Mr. Prime Minister, this is Second Life. This is a virtual community that was founded in the year 2003, the very same year that you retired as Prime Minister. Oh, really? If this is how people are choosing to get together, I think I left the politics in just a nick of time. Now, Mr. Prime Minister, can you tell me some interesting stories about other Prime Ministers that you worked for, as you've been in politics for about 50 years? There was one time I was with Pierre Trudeau, and he admitted to me that once he tried to pick up a hooker. He found himself a very expensive lady of the night, and he asked her for one evening and how much she would be, and her reply was, Mr. Prime Minister, if you can get my skirt as high as my taxes, my pants as low as my wages, your dick as hard as the times we're living in, and keep it rising like the price of petrol, and screw me the way that you have the pensioners, then it won't cost you a fucking penny. So we heard that Pierre Trudeau was having marital troubles. Yes, it all started way back when his wife Margaret once gave him bad fashion advice. It went very poorly. He once went to Flin Flon, Manitoba, wearing a fox hat after the federal government put a moratorium on the fox fur trade back in the 70s. Well, the mayor asked the prime minister, where did you get the fox fur hat? And Pierre Trudeau said he gets all his fashion advice from Margaret. When he says he's going to the Maritimes, Margaret says, wear the toque. When he says he's going to Calgary, Margaret says, wear the Stetson. And when Pierre said he's going to Flin Flon, Margaret says, Flin Flon, where the fox is at? You know, Pierre Trudeau once admitted to me that when he was a student, like all of the students are protesting right now and they are rioting in the streets of Montreal. And there was one time that Trudeau once admitted to me that he himself participated in student protests back when he was in college. Of course, back in those days when you got the mace, that meant your head got caved in. What was the most unusual thing that ever happened when you were Prime Minister? Well, there was this one time my chauffeur hit the pig when we were driving through the country. So I told him to go to a farm nearby and tell the farmer to tell him what happened. The driver was gone for over an hour. When he comes back, he was all covered in lipstick. He had a half bottle empty wine. He looked like he spent the whole hour partying. So I asked him what the heck happened. And he said, well, I went to the farmer. I said, I am the chauffeur for Jean Chrétien, and I just killed the pig.
Okay.
Well, I guess that one didn't go over so big. But that's all I've got for tonight, everybody.
Oh, bravo.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. By the way, guys, I don't know if you know this, but this year, and we've got till July, but this will be the 9th year that Thinker has been in Second Life. 9 years, huh?
9 years.
9 years.
Has it been
Yeah,
around for
9
that long?
years.
That means he was on from the very start.
Wow, that's a long time.
No, maybe, yes. No, 8 years. Okay, I can't do the math very well. I'm blonde, okay? 8 years.
Oh, 8
8
years is nothing.
We
Forget
still
it.
have to
Okay.
celebrate.
You realize that some of us will eventually reach a point where we've been in Second Life more than we've been in First Life. That is an interesting moment.
There already.
Not gonna happen.
Pardon me,
By
am
the
I
way,
interrupting
another-
something?
Yes.
Are you interrupting something? Who is that?
Sorry.
Sorry?
So that is Lauren's place. I saw you on
Yeah.
TV back at home.
You did? And you
Absolutely.
just came in?
Sibilant.
Yeah.
Spike Sibilant. DJ at Wet Willie's Classic Rock Club.
Hey, Spike. How are you? Yeah.
Going okay, I guess.
Huh?
We're okay too.
Yeah, we're doing just fine here. And on with the show. we got another.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
We got a show
No, it's
going.
all right, Spike. No, we all interrupt. That's
segue
it.
from
What do you
that?
think? No, we all just go on. By the way, how many of you know this, okay? Now, I didn't know that in order to get around this whole thing about guns, you create gun trusts. And a gun trust can buy any gun without any background check or anything else. So that takes care of that problem, don't you think? Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. So they're setting up gun trusts and they're buying all sorts of ammunition. Spike, I'm going to ask you to. I think it was Spike. I don't know if it was somebody's got. Yeah, Spike, would you turn your mic off because I get a lot of feedback right on it? I don't know why.
Sorry.
Unless you're saying something, then turn it on, please, and laugh and tell us whatever you want. It's great. And SodaStream. How many of you have a SodaStream in your house? Anybody? Anybody own one of those things? It makes So now, just for fun, Samsung is installing one in the next refrigerator line, automatically built in, making seltzer right out of your refrigerator.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That, and they'll probably next have a little place where you can lock your guns on the side of the refrigerator, too.
We'll call it the trust cabinet.
The trust cabinet, right. So there you go, gun trusts. Yeah. All right. So anyhow, we got Tamara coming up in a little while, just so you know. And,
Tamara is in the house.
I know she's in the house. I can see her. I know that. It's incredible. Yeah. So anyhow, sex toys that I don't need in Second Life include anything that vibrates, any pose balls that put me into pelvic shock, or any used sex collars, right? Yeah.
Pelvic
Do you remember how embarrassed you were? And nobody's embarrassed by this now, especially Pearlie. But do you remember the old days? Because I mean, you know, when you clothes didn't fit and you had your ass crack showing, and now Pearlie's got these like glued on things on because she doesn't want to show off her nipples, right, Pearlie? Yeah. I once saw, actually, they have different courses here, Rockcliffe University, and then there's a guy on various things for Firestorm. They once actually had in Phoenix, or maybe it was Emerald, I don't remember which one, but they actually had a breast enhancement 101 course to learn how to do breast physics, right?
Like,
yeah,
just to hit the booby slider bar.
Well, there's more to it than that. That we know you're a guy. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I once went. I wanted to go around, so I actually went to a furry sex club. Now that's a hoot. That's a whole different thing. I bet you none of you ever went to one of those, right? You think God ever deletes something? Because if he deletes it, it's never coming back. There's no lost and found on that one.
He'll send it lost and found.
All lost and found goes to New Jersey.
God, can I have my rib back? Let's get rid of it. That would have been. No, can't do that. Yeah. Yeah. How about this, guys? Do you wish you had a dance hut in First Life? That'd be great.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I heard EverQuest is going to have spell check soon for those of you who use that. So anyhow, any of you go into a mall and see a lucky chair and look for your letter above it? Anybody ever see your Second Life name letters or something? You think it's for you? Well, you're not going to see it. Right, exactly. But one thing's for sure.
Yeah.
You're never going to hear at the airport, Catboy, would you please report to the front desk?
What about when they page Lauren? What about when they page Lauren?
Yeah, exactly. That's a problem, right?
The white zone is for resing and unresing only.
Exactly. And I didn't know it. Is Bubble Pop here or not? I didn't see him, but I
heard him earlier.
Yeah? Did you? Did he come and he go? He's not around. All right, so we know he's not doing anymore. All right. So we just go on until we get to the next thing. That's it, right? Yeah. How many of you remember, when Second Life Voice first came to Second Life? How many of you were around when it first came?
Me.
Yeah.
Me. I was.
Yeah?
Lauren was.
Yeah, I was here.
Me.
Yeah, I remember. Do you remember where you first went to use Voice?
To the Beta Grid.
Yeah, you had to go to Beta Grid. And were you shocked, Dr. Fran, to see 17 girls that all had deep voices? And you were the only one.
I have a deep voice, too.
I only use voice chat around my wife discreetly, and my voice when I DJ when I work.
Right?
And that was before morphing, right? That was before voice disguising, right?
I'll tell you, the girls are eating a lot more protein. I noticed at the Oscars last night, the guys were all shorter than the girls, all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, more than just heels.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all that yoga.
Anyhow. Yeah. What? What?
It's all that yoga.
Yeah. And the worst part is, you do this in First Life. You go into some store, you see a nice dress, you see something, and you say to the person with you, "Boy, that's a nice texture." Right?
Is that full prime?
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. I hope at the end of Second Life, before they shut it down, they have like a judgment day. They bring out the griefers. You guys are being sent to somewhere else. Yeah. And don't you like these things? Like, I guess they have it with Firestorm, where you can start typing somebody and it comes back some answer like, I'm busy right now and I can't take your call, and I'm like this. Before you even finish typing, it's already coming back and saying that to you. So if I see it coming back to me at the end, I go, this is not me, it's my Autobot talking to you. Yeah.
Optimus Prime.
By the way, things are going now. I hate to tell you this. A picture is only worth 200 words. It's been inflation in words. Yeah. God, how many of you remember the Emerald Viewer? Does anybody remember the Emerald Viewer?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah, that was the viewer when we didn't even know our bank accounts were being raided. Yeah. You know, it's something we got to do one time in First Life, you know, just go into department store, and if you're going to try something on, just stick your hands out and go, I'd like to go into appearance now. Please put it on. That'd be great. Yeah. I noticed when so many of the Lindens got pink slips and were gone, that the hobo group expanded dramatically. You have to know the hobo group to know this group, okay? Oh, was that Orchid? Orchid knows the group, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you something. Did you know that Gore and Charity Island are next door neighbors? You can look that up on the map if you want. And there's an island, I don't know if it's still around, it was called Loans. And then I went to a store once. You got to love Second Life because people put this stuff up. Here's a store in Second Life with a big sign in the window saying, if you break it, you take it. You know? Like,
That's great.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Anyhow. I just want to see what silence sounded like. See if anybody got bored real quickly.
I heard our live stream went up 15 people by doing that.
Exactly. Did you ever try to put stuff on to different attachment areas just to see what happens? You know, wander around? No. I mean, you know, put the boots on your hands and your shoes in your hair, and you know, just wander around for a while. Nobody does anything fun like that. Remember when there were people that would used to do fun stuff like that? Those days have come and gone. I'm telling you.
Now they're called trolls.
So some great new Second Life survey stuff. I don't know if you guys are up on the surveys. Yep. This one was redone. Remember the one where what are your genders in First Life and Second Life? Well, I'm not going to take you through the ones that were male in First Life, male in Second Life, female in First Life. I won't give you all those, but I'll give you the last one. The one that says I don't know. That's the one that's got Alzheimer's, okay? Yeah. And I like the one of what's your Second Life sexuality, and it goes through straight men, straight women, this and that. They go all the way down till you get to 13% that simply answered, bring it on and I'll have sex with it. You know they've got a furry alt somewhere hanging out, right? You just know it.
I hope Dr. Roof is
serious,
taking
right?
notes.
Yeah. Oh, homeless Howard. I like that part, though. As a matter of fact, Howard Hughes may even be in Second Life now, you know. Do you have virtual sex only with someone with whom you're having a relationship? And, of course, 24% said, yes, I only have one sexual partner. God, how boring they must be, huh? Yeah, 18% says they're committed in a polyamorous relationship. I mean, please. I mean, how committed can you really be? I mean, that's a question on that one.
Polyamorous.
Can you imagine? The end of the week, how many people you slept with? 7. How many you? 9. I'll catch up next week. What is that? Yeah. Or 42% were not in any relationship in Second Life. Did you know 42% were not? And then I like this. 4% of the people answered, I'm not in a committed relationship. I am in a committed relationship, but I sleep around anyhow. Don't you love that? Here's one. How does your First Life partner feel about your Second Life sex life? And, of course, 38%. What First Life partner, right? And she knows, or he knows, and is cool with it. That's 35%. Boy, are they kidding themselves, correct? Right. She or he knows, and they aren't very crazy about it. That should have been a higher number, but it was only 3%. She or he doesn't know and probably wouldn't be cool with it, 15%. She or he doesn't know but probably wouldn't mind, 5%. She or he doesn't know and isn't sleeping with me anyway. That was 15%. Yeah. Do you ever feel guilty about having virtual sex? And the answers, of course, were yes, a lot, occasional twinges. But I like this one. No, not really. Why? Does that make it better? And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come down from the stage. I'm going to ask Spike for you to turn the mic off when you're not talking, just because it really feeds back a lot, you know. Okay, thank you so much. And I'm going to come off the stage so that Tamara can get set up here. Tamara, you here? You get set up? I know it takes you a while to get set up on stage each time. If I can get off the stage, I'll try very hard. Now, this won't stop. Will this stop? I'll press this button. One of these buttons will let me get off stage. There we go. You get up on stage. We're still rocking until J Wheels tells us to go to...
Pretty dress, Tamara.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
look at Tamara's dress. Neat.
Did you get that at H&M? Somebody's got their mic on and is typing, and I'm going to bet that that's Spike.
It's Spike.
Okay, Spike, can you do that, please? Can you please? Thank you. Hopefully. Thank you. Okay, but we'll keep going until Tamara's ready. That's it. No, that's all right, Spike. Yeah, you must be that one's. I can't. The whatever.
What?
Yeah. Do you remember all the little things you used to type in when you came into virtual worlds at first? You had to learn LOL. How many people had to learn LOL? Mm-hmm. Laughing out loud, right? Right. Anybody else? I used to think it was something to do with a lollipop, but what do I know, you know? And then there was, of course, ROFL, which I was convinced was a dog who was laughing, like, you know, that's because you watch too many cartoons when you're a kid. Yeah. You have to learn AFK. Yeah, do you remember that, what AFK was? I mean, you thought it was some sort of like AFK-15 or an A whatever. It was a gun, right? Didn't you think that? Yeah. You didn't know what I still don't know what SMH is. What is SMH?
Shaking my head.
LDC. What? What is it?
Shaking my head.
Shaking my head? Oh, okay.
Now I was like, what the is that?
I once in a while would ask somebody.
You are.
But when we got to WTF, I was looking. I didn't want to be an idiot all the time, so I looked at it. I looked at it for must have been almost 2 months, and I didn't want to ask it. And one day I'm looking and I go, "What the fuck does that mean?" And that's how I got it. Okay, that's the way I got it. I'm serious. It's pretty sad.
And the rolling on the floor one had me like,
oh yeah, what? Yeah, that's ridiculous, right? Yeah, and then people have other ones that are, you know, all over, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I got some sex balls. I mean, I have pose balls, you know, I got to put up around my place. So when guys would come over and hop on them, they just said, no, I'm sorry. Not in the mood.
Kind of headache.
Tamara's live, Lauren.
Oh, good. She's live. All right, everybody, switch over. That's it. Thank you all. Love you very, very much.
Take care, Big L.